Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse here, and I am back for another Low Vision Spotlight game video. And this time we are taking a look at the Sonic Origins collection, more specifically Sonic Origins Plus, which is the Plus is the DLC that came out not too long ago as I'm recording this, and adds some extra modes, adds some extra games, and a bunch of other stuff. So originally, Sonic Origins was a collection of basically the first three Sonic the Hedgehog games as we're watching this kind of intro cutscene for the game here. And it had Sonic 1, 2, 3, I believe Sonic and Knuckles, and Sonic CD. Or no, actually I don't think Sonic CD was in the original, which was a really strange omission. And then when the Plus DLC was announced, I think that was when they added Sonic CD. And they added Amy as a character in the original games, which she was not in. And they added a whole bunch of Game Gear games, which I had never really played before. I think I knew maybe one person growing up, and I didn't even know them very well. But I knew like one person that had a Game Boy, or not a Game Boy, a Game Gear, which was Sega's handheld. So let's go through our menu here. We start. When you originally start, it starts out at Sonic the Hedgehog. So you have this anniversary mode, which is kind of a more forgiving. I believe you have infinite continues. You have that kind of a mode, but then you have a classic mode, which is just what it sounds like. The game kind of as it was. We have Sonic CD, which one thing I noticed when playing this a little bit so far is it was noticeable on CRT TVs, but now that everything has been like made HD, the Sonic the Hedgehog games, especially certain levels, were some of the first games that I really remember having as a low vision player. They were some of the first games that I really remember having trouble with because some of the levels, the backgrounds and the foregrounds, they really kind of blended together, and sometimes it was difficult to see, like, oh, that's something from the background, or oh, I missed some little thing that I was supposed to do, or you'll kind of see that. And I noticed that when I was messing around with Sonic CD last night. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. And again, for all these modes, we have like an anniversary and a classic mode. Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so we have that. And then we have a whole bunch of stuff here. We have Mission, and this is where we have we have a story mode, mission mode, and those are like extra challenges. I really haven't played with that too much. This is more of the Plus stuff, and we'll go into Game Gear stuff in a little bit. And surprise, I don't know what that is, but it didn't seem to be. So there we go. And then we have Museum. Not too much under here. We do have, let's just go in here really quick. So Museum, we have Sounds, which is basically you've got all of your soundtracks in here. I can just go in and I can just hit play, let's say. There's our Sonic the Hedgehog. So there's pretty self-explanatory. I can go through and I can just go through and look at all these songs. And the nice thing is they have, like, for all the games, you've got it in here. I can go in here. Okay, so that's the Sonic CD. I think the Japanese version. Let's just go down a little bit more. I know a lot of people say the Sonic CD Japanese soundtrack is better, but you know what? I grew up, my friend of mine had the Sega CD and Sonic CD. I am a sucker for the North American release. Yeah, that's so catchy. We'll get to this in a minute, but yeah, like this opening theme song, especially the end of level chime, the fanfare that you get. So those are your sounds, illustrations. Again, very self-explanatory. A whole bunch of pictures, screenshots, whatever. And it seems like you unlock these as you play. So it's like, oh, you beat so many levels in certain games or whatever, and then you unlock them or whatever. Movies, same thing. So you get some of the opening cutscenes for like the main game. The anniversary mode in between each game apparently has its own little cutscenes, and you'll see that in a little bit here. But yeah, so we've got a good chunk of our movies unlocked. And I think that's because I haven't played Sonic 2 or 3 yet on this disc. Or not disc, but I'm playing the Steam version, but on this collection. So that's your museum. And then we're back to Sonic the Hedgehog. So let's just jump into some of these. Go in. I'm just going to go start because I haven't gotten very far. There's your classic Sega. Now, interestingly... Okay, so here you can start and you can play... I can play as Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, or Amy. I'm just curious. I don't know. I think Amy has a hammer. I want to see what she's like. I was playing. Oh, okay. She's got a kind of a dashy thing. Okay, that's an interesting. Classic Green Hill Zone. I mean, I would say Sonic 2 is a little more memorable for me, because I played a hell of a lot more Sonic 2 than I ever did Sonic 1. But super iconic. I mean, what do you have to say about Sonic the Hedgehog? You know, I mean, anyone who's been a gamer for quite some time is very familiar with Sonic. They're still making Sonic games today, although I would argue that they're not really that good compared to their 16-bit versions. They've had a couple hits here and there. Sonic Mania was really good. I liked Sonic Adventure, although you go back to it and go, boy, that's pretty rough. And I totally whiffed getting the Chaos Emerald ring there. So let's get our rings here. I kind of like this extra. It seems like I get like a mid-air attack. Oh, that was stupid. Kind of a little, not a double jump, but like a weird attack. Now, you did not have that little charge boost attack. You did not have that in the original Sonic. That was a Sonic 2 edition. Oh shit, there we go. Ah! How dare you! Really? You're gonna pay for that. But yeah, I never owned a Genesis growing up. I had two really good friends growing up that did, and both of them had a Sega CD. I think only one of them had Sonic CD though. I really didn't play a lot of the Sonic games, honestly, until probably in college when I started kind of emulating these types of things. Boing! There we go. We'll get on our spring there. Checkpoints. So this game isn't too bad. Like, yes, there is some parallax scrolling in the backgrounds, but... Ah! That's the other thing that happens in Sonic. Damn springs, knock it off. Jump, there we go. Really? Not cool. Let's get some rings. There we go. Hi, how you doing? Okay, we get our first boss. She seems a little more responsive, honestly. A little more zippy. Uh-oh. Oh, that was bad. That was really stupid. Give me that ring. Yeah, I was trying to be quick. Ah, yeah, okay. Do it next time. I'm concentrating on talking and I'm not paying attention. Oh, yep. There you go. I'm playing really badly. This is normally a stupid easy boss, but I'm just... She's a little floaty, though. Ah, crikey. Well, I have no rings now. Gotta not screw it up. There we go. And of course, you're trying to rescue your little Disneyland critters here. Hit the little button there, and there we go. First zone clear. Now we go into this kind of lava level. Now I'm not really going to go into, because again we've got a lot of games to go through. Probably not going to go into every game, especially some of the Game Gear stuff, just because there's so many. I want to say they added like 12. I didn't even know there were 12 Game Gear Sonic games. So it's pretty impressive that especially if you want to play some stuff that you've never played before, if you want to kind of game preservation stuff, it's not a bad collection to have. It felt a little thin. Really. It felt a little... Oh, for God's sake. The collection felt a little thin in its original form. But if you can get the whole collection, especially if you get it on sale, like on Steam or something, you get it on a digital storefront, then I don't think it's too bad. Because you're getting a lot of games here. So that's Sonic. You got your anniversary mode, like I said. Not too many options here. But let's go ahead. Okay, we got some new stuff. Yay. Okay, let's go into Sonic CD. Right. So here you get... This is not Sonic CD. This is some new cutscene that they added because I went to the anniversary mode. So I don't know. This is weird. And I know there's been several attempts at a Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon. I always get mixed up which one is which, because I remember seeing like one episode of one back in the day, and it wasn't too bad, and then I saw another one, and it was just god-awful. Like, the voice acting, it was so childish, so kiddie. I mean, I love cartoons, don't get me wrong. I still love cartoons, love animation, and, you know, one of the Sonic shows was not bad, and one of them was just awful. And then I accidentally remember renting... I was trying to figure out which one was which, and I remember renting one disc from Netflix when I was in college, and my friend Chris and we were watching it, and I'm like, I can't do this. He's like, oh, come on. And it was just so bad. Let's be Sonic this time. This blew me away. Now, this is part of the game. This little cartoon animation here. This blew my mind. Like, whoa, you can get this kind of graphics on a... You know, I didn't know that when I was growing up, I didn't know that this was pre-rendered. I was like, holy crap, the graphics are insane. But yeah, I rented the bad version, and it was just so painful. And they've had other versions since, other cartoons since, so I don't remember. This song is so catchy, though. Yeah. I just remember being blown away by this. It's like, holy crap. It's like a cartoon in a video game. And to be honest with you, the graphics of the game itself, yeah, they didn't look like this, but they were still pretty mind-blowing. And, you know, you could tell this wasn't MIDI, this was actual lyrics. Like, even having talking or lyrics in a song was kind of crazy back then, because you had very limited amounts in it in games up to this point. But like 16-bit, you really started seeing that a little bit more, especially when you started getting into CDs. I mean, look at how crisp that background is. Just that pure blue sky. Oh, I love something about 90s Sega games, especially racing games. But like, I love the blue sky look, like Virtua Fighter, just all of this stuff. And don't ask me to explain how this game works. There's this weird new mechanic of like you have, you can go into the past and the future, and you get Chaos Emeralds in one, and then you can get something in the other. And I've just kind of played it straight through, like, yeah, let's just try to beat the levels. And beyond that, I don't have a freaking clue. So this first level isn't so bad, but especially the second zone is where I noticed a lot of the parallax scrolling getting in the way for me visually. This is the best part. There's something about that fanfare that it sounds so cool. I remember, because these were actual CD tracks, you could hear the Sega CD back in the day. You get this pause, because it would have to go search for that track. And now it's just instantaneous. But yeah, I remember that. Let's see, did you win? Okay, yeah, we do have the... Yeah, we do. Okay. Not a super fan of this music, necessarily. But this did have some good songs in it, but I love the fanfare. Oh, let me get those rings. Actually, wasn't there some stuff back here? Hang on. I thought when I was here the other day... Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, let's go in there. And, you know, there's a lot of times there's different routes. You have like a high, middle, low routes. And it just really depends on like how thorough. Do you want to play it more as an exploration? Do you want to try to... There we go, we got a future thing now. Okay, so we went fast enough, which then transported us into a future version of the level, which is a good and a bad future. And since we don't have the Chaos Emeralds, it's the bad future, I think, right now. But yeah, it's like, do you want to play it more as a speed demon, or do you want to play it more exploration-based? The one thing I will say, though, about the Sonic games, even coming back to them now, especially compared to something like Mario, Sonic has never really, to me anyway, it's never felt near as responsive. Like, he's got this weird sense of momentum to him, and it takes a while for him, like, to get going. Okay, so we got our first boss. I gotta remember how to beat this guy again. So he's got those shields, kind of like boxing gloves almost. I get a kick out of the, so those will bounce you back. See, even this, it's hard to see where Sonic is almost. I gotta get him when he's going backwards, I think. Shit. There we go, we got one of them. At least I've got one ring. Okay, we got, now I can hit him. And got him. I want to show you a little bit of the pinball land. But even this level, look at the, like, it's, Sonic really kind of blends in. There's a lot of background stuff that makes seeing where I am kind of hard, actually. So for me, these graphics have been crisped up so much, they're kind of hard. Oh, I just love that. I don't know why it's so catchy, but it is. At least to me. Alright, so now we're in normal. I don't remember what these lands are called, but I just call it Pinball Land because that's basically what it is. Ah, shit. I ran into the... Okay, I wasn't paying any attention. Yeah. I am smart. You know, you're just cruising around and like, oh yeah, let's hit the thing, and then... There we go. Now we can go in there. We can get our... And we got our pinball bouncy things. So you have a certain amount of time before, like when you hit a past or a future, you get a certain amount of time, and if you get your speed high enough, then you will go into the past or the future. And like I said, I watch these things. Oh, okay. I thought it was a certain amount of time. Okay. I guess we're going to the future. Look at it, it's really grim right now. Because... There we go. Get our bouncy things here. There. Oh! Okay, I want to get that flipper. There we go. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just trying not to die. And this game had, to me anyway, it had a lot of these little weird kind of... Like the paths were kind of confusing, and there were, like starting in this level, there's a lot of places where you could get kind of messed up a little bit. You'd be bounced around, like right in here is a good example. Hitting flippers, hitting some of those weird bouncy things that I'm hitting right now. It's like I'm trying to get to a certain level or a certain place in the level, and I'm just getting bounced everywhere I don't want to be. Come on. See, I'm trying to fall right now or get up higher. Get out of... Really? Any day now. I don't care, just give me up or down. Jeebus. Okay, so now we can go into the past. Ah, uh-oh. No, see, now I'm trying to go forward and they're bouncing me away. Well, let's go. I think I missed my chance at going to the past. So there you go. That's a look at Sonic CD. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and exit to our main menu. Let's go Sonic 2. Now, I have not played this. Alright, let's go ahead and let's go anniversary mode again. Yeah. Okay, so let's unlock another movie in our gallery. Sonic 2 is definitely the one I remember playing most. It introduced Tails. You kind of had... I would say you had co-op, but it wasn't like regular co-op. It was kind of a cool version of co-op where Tails could just die repeatedly. So like if Sonic didn't have many rings, or especially for bosses, you could kind of hang back as Sonic, and then the second player could just kill the boss. And like if Tails died, big deal, he would just respawn. You just keep letting him do it as long as Sonic could stay alive. So that was kind of an interesting thing. Oh, okay. Wait, what? Oh, sure, because... So, Sonic and Tails by default. Let's put Knuckles and Tails this time. Ah, yes. I remember this so much. How did I get hit? Wow. That is stunningly bad. Yeah, he has this sort of, like, momentum that you can't... Like, you can't just jump from a standstill almost like you can in Mario. Let's go ahead and... Ah! I'm trying to be all cool and then I suck. I make fun of the Genesis music quite a bit, but like the Sonic series is really one of the main series that I recall that used the sound chip that it had well. There were a few other ones that I really liked, like Comic Zone worked really well, but there's so many that just, the music and especially a lot of the sound effects, I swear there was this library and you hear the same kind of... There's these sound effects that every Genesis game seemed to use, and they were just so lo-fi. It was kind of bad, actually. And it's like, I hear them all the time, and it's like... They just sound so lo-fi and staticky that... Even like Sonic here, the sound effects are just so much more crisp. So you really had to have a developer do it right, and I'm totally not going to get an extra life here, because I keep getting hit! Not enough rings. Also a very catchy fanfare, but I think the Sonic CD one is still better. And we'll see if I can get to the monster truck boss. Because that is the first boss. Whee! Yep, I can glide. There we go. Whee! Ooh, almost hit those spikes. Oh yeah, you know, let's jump on this bouncy thing. Okay, we got a checkpoint. Ah! Stupid. Yes, I do remember that guy. He always used to get me in the past, too. You're cruising, and then if you don't stop, you run smack into that guy after the checkpoint. Okay, we got a little secret passage here. There we go. That glide comes in handy every once in a while. Now, this boss music I really like. Probably some of my favorite. Oh, really? Uh-uh. Yeah, hit him, Tails. Well, I don't have any rings, hardly, but I don't think I even have any, but... Now, this next level, I'm not going to play through it much, but... I would say probably the best... very close, if not the best music in a Sonic game. Chemical Plant. God, this song is just catchy. This was cool. Let's get these rings real quick. Such a good song. We just got to jam to this music for a bit. Ah! Whoop. There we go. I jumped, you turd. Ah, yes, so we can go down here. Now we get to worry about water. Oh, joy. Okay, come back over here, elevator. Wait, what am I doing? I can climb the frickin' wall. What do I care? There we go. I mean, it's really funny because, like, Sonic is supposed to be the fast one, and I totally whiffed that. It's really funny because Sonic is supposed to be the fast one, but I would argue that in these games, Sonic is actually the weakest of all of them because, especially after Sonic 2, everybody else had the little spin dash, but Tails can fly, Knuckles can glide and grab walls, Amy's got her thing now, so it's like Sonic is actually kind of the weakest of the bunch, I think. I'm just gonna climb this wall. Then, how do you not get? Go with your little pipes here. Just so iconic. Alright, but that is Sonic 2. Yeah, that's cool. Yay. Alright, we got new content unlocked. I haven't played this one either. Let's go ahead and play some Sonic and Knuckles. Alright. Yada yada. Okay, another cutscene here for our anniversary mode. I don't know. I mean, they're interesting, but they're just, they're really well done, but. And yes, it's Dr. Robotnik, not Eggman. The whole Eggman thing is just stupid. Like, Robotnik sounded way cooler. Like, ooh, Eggman, that sounds really intimidating. Nah, Dr. Robotnik, man, that's the true villain of Sonic. I don't care what anybody else says. Okay. Yeah, sure. And we zip onto the land. I mean, look at that, is some pretty dang amazing graphics, I gotta say. This game did look really nice. I was terrible at it. I think I only got to like the second or third zone. I mean, to be fair, I was never good at Sonic. Any of them. I had friends who were better, and I always liked to watch people play Sonic more than I like to play it, because actually, yeah. Oh, these bonus levels suck. Oh, you didn't. Okay, where are we going? Uh-oh. I need to get around. Ah, oh God. Yeah, well, we didn't get enough for our... We needed to get some more rings and stuff, but I was always terrible at any of these bonus zones to get Chaos Emeralds. All of them I was bad. Because you had the weird little turning ones in the first game. You had the sort of half-pipe ones from Sonic 2. Sonic CD had the... Oh yeah, they had the 3D ones that were like... It kind of did like this Mode 7 type of thing. And then this one for Sonic 3 and Knuckles. This sounds different for some reason. Like, it sounds almost more muffled than I remember. Oh, I forgot there was like a mini-boss here. I forgot about that. Really tough, you know. Okay. Yeah, it almost sounds like they're like there's not as much treble. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but it just something sounds a little different than I remember. Maybe it's just the way it was remastered, it sounds different? Uh-oh. Go through some loops. Wasn't there was there a secret thing in here? I forget. I thought there might have been, but oh well. What are you doing, Tails? Come on, man. Really? Okay, here we go. Now we get the full... Eat it! Okay. Good job, Tails. Alright. Yeah, I don't know. This one, I didn't care for the soundtrack quite as much as I used to, or as some of the other ones. But what I did like about this is I liked how all of the levels sort of just kind of flowed together. Like you went from one level, and then even going to a different zone, it was like, oh, here you can... uh-oh. No! Okay, we'll grab those. Oh no, and I hit the red ones. But yeah, like I remember after the first actual zone, I think Knuckles kind of hits the switch from a cliff, and then you fall down into your obligatory water level, which Sonic water levels, man, they have got to be some of the most what would I call it? Stress-inducing water levels ever, just because of that damn dun 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 dun. You know, you get the Jaws, kind of this Jaws theme thing here. Really? You're gonna hit me with that? You bastard. Okay, well I'm not Knuckles, so I can't climb that. I don't have near the memory of Sonic 3 that I do the other two. Hi, how you doing, Spikes? I said I was going to show you these games. I never said I was going to be good at them. Alright, well, let's see what's over here. Water. Yay! Okay, how do I... Oh, okay, we got a... Boing. There we go. Oh, and then that falls. Cute. Alrighty. Okay. And we hit a switch that does what exactly? I have no idea. Oh! Ah, okay, we drain the water. Fair. I like that idea. Can we just do that all the time? Because water in Sonic games sucks. Don't like it. I don't like water in these games. Any game where you actually have to worry about breathing, like Mario games at least, until Mario 64 anyway, like the 2D Mario games, you never had to worry about breathing underwater. It was fantastic. Sometimes realism is for the birds, you know? You just gotta be like, you know what? Just, yeah, you can breathe underwater. Explore, have fun. Breathing mechanics underwater always sucks. I can't think of anyone who's like, yeah, that's a really fun mechanic. We should totally do that, because we totally should. I say, Oh, okay, we got... Oh, another secret thingy. I thought there was something around here. Okay, let's see me suck at another one. Uh-oh. As I said, I'm terrible at those bonus games. Yeah, I've always admired this series technically, especially the 16-bit games, but oof, I've always just been bad at playing them. Okay, let's bounce up here, and then up here. There we go. Okay, we gotta jump up here. There we go. Really, you stooge? There, yeah, popping there. Hi, ay, 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 ay. don't remember this at all. I don't remember these levels. Oh, what can we... There we go. Let's get our shield again. We got our bubble shield. Gives us a little bit of protection. Ah, spikies. I can't even remember what the major boss of this level is. Oh, wait, yes I do. Sort of. Yeah, just keep outrunning it so you can outrun the bombs. As long as you keep running, you're fine. Yep, jump when they get close. You're fine. Yep. Yeah, the sound, it just sounds different. Now, the other thing that I know... Oh, yes. The other thing that I know... Oh, shnikes. The other thing that I know about the Genesis is they had... Between the different models, Sega Genesis Model 1 and Model 2, not sure about 3, they had slightly different sound chips, so the music sounds a little bit different. That might be what's causing me to not vibe with this music as much, because it just sounds different to me. There we go. Not too difficult, just don't fall off either side. Ah! And then I do that because I want to, you know, end it well. So let's go ahead and do... Yep. I'm not going to go into the other modes here because I'm not exactly sure what all of them do. So we have story mode. Actually, let me just see something here. So we have story, continue. Okay, it does do a little description down there. Let's end it up with some Game Gear games. Now, man, you want to talk about sound quality. Now, this is almost more like NES 8-bit, because it's, you know, like an 8-bit machine. Listen how scratchy this is. Wow, that is some scratchy voice work. That is compressed all to hell. But what I will say, though, is surprisingly, they did a good job. Like, the games perform better than I expected. I figured, you know, being a Sonic game, I figured it would just be really slow and framey, but really it's not terrible. Like, look how fast this is. Little different ring sounds, but the little skid sounds are there. Well, let's get these rings here real quick. Ah, no! Now, the problem with getting hit, I think, like, the rings don't fly out. So if you get hit, you can't recover rings, which sucks. Got my invincibility power up here. Uh-oh. No! Speedy! Oh, good God almighty. Okay, that was fast. Okay, we get it. Oh my! Okay, here we go. Alright, we beat the first level. Okay, that's a different version of that fanfare. That's interesting. Okay, get your little stats. Get a little world map here. I mean, for a Game Gear game, this is not bad, really. I mean, you know, Game Gear was color, whereas Game Boy wasn't. Whoa, what the hell? Okay, let's go back up here. Okay, we got a little shield, little... Huh. I played a little bit of this first level, and then I just I never played. Oh, I never played past this. So get away from me, enemy. This is not bad, actually. I'm kind of impressed with how well this runs, to be honest with you. It's a little... I mean, yeah, this would not have been a bad Game Gear game. I'm kind of curious what a boss might be, if I can get there. How the hell do I... Ah, here we go. Oh, you think you're gonna shoot me, do ye? Oh, I gotta go left, okay. Yeah, that's the other thing about Sonic games. It's not just go forward, it's like, nah, sometimes you gotta go left to go right. Okay, so we're making our way back up. What the... Oh. Okay. I see what we're doing here. Oh, I don't like that. So, that one you do literally have to jump correctly. Right, okay, yeah, so you got the caution there. Elevator! There we go. Okay. Oh, spikers. Okay. I wanted to see if we can get to a Game Gear boss and just see what it is. Because I'm guessing there has to be bosses. I've never played any of the Game Gear Sonic games ever. Hell, I don't think I've ever really played a Game Gear. I knew one person who had one, but like I said, I didn't know them well. And I just saw, the only thing that I knew about the Game Gear is that it was color and that the battery life on it sucked balls. It took like, what did it take, like 4 or 6 AA batteries or AAA batteries? Oh. Okay, I'm not getting any rings for fighting this guy? Okay. Can I beat him? I died? Boo. What the hell are my rings, man? Oh. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Oh, you want me to go back? I figured there'd just be a way to jump that. Some kind of diabolical trickery going on here. So if I don't get any rings if I don't go down there. That's interesting. Alright, well, whatever. We'll just fight him one more time and then... Hey, we'll try a couple other Game Boy games here. Okay, so... Don't hit him when he's there, because then that seemed to make... Ah! I knew he was going to do that, too. Alright, whatever. Sonic the Hedgehog for Game Gear, people. We'll check out Sonic 2 let's see, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. We'll check it out a little bit. Like I said, we're not going to do all 12 of these games. Oh, God, that sounds horrible. It sounds like somebody's blowing out their speakers. That sounded just so bad. Whoa. This one's louder? But, oh, okay, we're on a minecart thing. What the hell? Okay. This is different. Oh, lava on the first level. Okay. Nice. Ow. Okay, one thing I immediately don't like. I do not like how the screen moves so drastically every time you jump. That is super disorienting. I do not like that at all. I think that's mainly to do with the lower screen resolution, but I do not. That is, like, the first game didn't do that as bad that I remember. Like, that seemed at least fairly decent, but this one, the way the screen just bobs up and down, I don't like that at all. I know some NES, yeah, look at that. I do not like the way that the camera is pinned to your character. Ugh. Not a fan. Because it makes it a lot harder to gauge where you're going to land. Okay, I missed that. Okay, fair enough. Uh-oh. Lava, probably. Oh, yeah, lava. Sure, yeah, lava. Alright. Well, that's Sonic 2. You get the idea. Yeah, boy. I do not like that camera movement at all. Otherwise, it seemed like an okay Sonic game. Sonic Chase, I don't know what that is. God, that's terrible. Oh, okay. I thought it was another. I didn't know if it was a side scroller or if it was something. Because I know they have like the isometric games like Sonic 3D Blast, which I never liked. I never liked Sonic 3D Blast. Okay, I need. Whoa! I'll say I need some rings. Yeah, this... Oh, I didn't even grab them up there. Huh? Yeah, this one's still... I don't know. I jumped. Sometimes the jumping doesn't seem as Oh, God. Let me guess I'm not supposed to fall down there? Oh, okay. Spikes. How you doing? Okay, little... Oh, what? I didn't know I was going to fall through that. Oh, just the way the blue background and like the water looking stuff. Just that color palette reminds me of Alex the Kid. I don't know why. There's something about this color palette that reminds me of Alex Kidd in Miracle World from the Master System. Which I remember thinking was an okay game, but their bosses were utter bullshit because it was all rock, paper, scissors. And so it was complete random. Like, there wasn't skill. You literally, it was rock, paper, scissors. And if you just got unlucky, you wouldn't beat the boss. I mean, that was like the cheapest bullshit bosses that I remember. Like, the platforming was okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, that blue back there. That just seems... Okay. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Okay, let's do... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Spikies. I mean, for an 8-bit Sonic game, these are not too bad. Oh, God. Okay, I didn't want to land on those spikes. Got a loop, even. Okay. I mean, the thing that I'm most impressed with, to be honest with you, is I'm impressed with how smooth. And I don't know if these have been doctored, or if this is the way the original games play, but I am genuinely surprised at how smooth and how quickly Sonic moves in these Game Gear games. I expected these to be much, much more sluggish. So do we get a boss? We gotta end this here pretty soon, but I wanna... There's 2 more types of games I at least want to cover. Because I didn't even know there was such a thing until I was poking around last night. Okay, so what was the point of that? Oh, okay, I do have a dash. Okay. Oh, wait, okay, here we go. Okay, we get a boss. Ah, little floaty. He's always a little floaty, though. Okay, I gotta figure out how do I... Because I gotta hit him... Oh, no! No, give me the ring! I'm boned. Alright, whatever. So, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna do the second one because the first one is really bad for frame rate. Sonic Drift. So apparently, after seeing Mario Kart, I didn't know there were kart racing games on the Game Gear, but apparently there were. So, yeah. Yeah, we'll be Sonic. Okay. And I did play through one entire circuit of this last night, and I actually got second, which was kind of impressive. Kind of reminds me of like your early 8-bit racing games, the whole striped road to simulate speed. Almost like a pole position type of deal. So we'll do like we'll do one race here. And oh, come on, hitting everything. So the first game did not run this smoothly. It was a little more painful for me. But the second game seems to run quite a bit better. Like, if I would have had this on the Game Gear growing up, I would have played this. This is not terrible. Keep getting hit with stuff, but... out of my way, buddy. This music. Would you stop hitting every single thing on the frickin' road, Sonic? Last lap. Ah! And yes, there are tracks where you can fall off. I played one of them in this circuit. I want to say it's like the third track. And it sucks because, yeah, they will just lift you out of the pit and pull you out like Mario Kart does. Yep. Okay. Ooh, did I actually win that? No. Nope. Oh, Metal Sonic. Okay. Okay. So there you go. That is a look at a Game Gear Sonic Kart racing game. Kind of neat, actually. So you have two separate things that you can do 2-player 2. I'm assuming that's just local. I don't think you can do that online. But it's cool that they put the 2-player modes in there. Sonic Spinball. This one I also wanted to show you. I actually kind of liked Spinball. Wait, I thought I chose Spinball, didn't I? Or did I? Oh, maybe I just saw it. Maybe I didn't select it. Hang on. There's a Tails game. Okay. Oh, okay. No, that was a Tails game. Okay, never mind. Sonic Blast. I don't... What is Sonic Blast? Oh, God, that sounds horrible. That sounded worse than any of them. So what is Sonic Blast? Is that one of those isometric things? Sure, Sonic. What in the world is this game? Because there's some... Oh, no. Oh, this is another 2D... Holy God. Look at how zoomed in that is. Oh, my God. Especially in a game like Sonic? I don't know how you're supposed to... Unless you memorize everything... You can't see jack in front of you. You just have to have like split-second reflexes because you can't see shit in front of you right now. Wow. This almost seems like one of the first Sonic games, because you have Sonic the Hedgehog 1 and 2, but then this one, it just seems so zoomed in. Like, it's cool because your sprite is super huge, but good lord. Like, I don't know how you can Okay. This is sort of fascinating, to be honest. I got the dash. Honestly, some of these Game Gear games are not bad. I mean, they have Oh god, water. Ugh. They have their restrictions due to, you know, being 8-bit and also being, you know, this one is so zoomed in. How the hell do I get up here? Because I can surface to breathe, but how the hell do how do I get out of the water? It's too tall to get up. Oh wait, how did I do that? I didn't think I could... Can I do that over here? Okay, I can. I didn't think I could. Wow, that is zoomed in. That is... I'm doing better than I thought I would, to be honest. I mean, they really can't put too many things in your way, really. Otherwise, it wouldn't be fair. But that's one of the things I've always found sort of unfair about Sonic in general, is that they want you to go fast, but then they purposely put junk in your way that it's like, oh, well, with the way that Sonic's momentum works, how was I even supposed to react to this? Okay. Whoa. Oh, okay, it was bouncing up at the top. Ow. How many times do I gotta hit this guy? Or am I not hitting him right? I don't know. Clearly I'm not hitting him correctly, but weird. Okay, Sonic Blast. That was kind of a strange little game. All right, let me see if I can find, let's see. Sonic Drift. Oh, it was up here, yeah. Sonic Spinball. I liked this on the game, or on the Genesis, and I remember playing it on one of the Sonic collections on the Game Boy Advance. I remember playing this quite a bit. And to be fair with what they're working with for this version, it's not bad. The only thing that I really don't like is that they want you to use... Oh, okay, I already died. Okay, I was trying to figure out which ones are the back buttons here. They want you to use the actual buttons, you know, A and B or whatever. Which is okay, but I'm used to a lot of controller-based pinball games. I'm used to them letting you use like your A button and then like the left on your D-pad because it's more comfortable to hit one flipper with each hand. But on my Elite controller here, I've got these back buttons that are just automatically mapped to some of these face buttons, so I'm using the two back buttons as flippers. And get out of the bubbles, Sonic. I mean, it's running... you can see the frames and stuff, of course, but, like, it's not as bad as you would think it would be. Like, this seems like a fairly respectable version of Sonic Spinball. I mean, at least to me it does. It could be a way worse. I've played way worse pinball games. And this is not terrible. So, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. I haven't even played all of the Game Gear games yet. But, you know, from what I've played, technically speaking, they didn't do such a terrible job at making 8-bit Sonic. Like, you know, that was Sega Genesis. That was Sega's whole thing. Is for the first couple of years of or a year or two of the Genesis, they didn't have Sonic. They were relying largely on their arcade ports. And then what really cemented Sega was the Sonic games and then their sports games. Because they got the whole EA thing, and then they did the Madden, the NHL games I remember people really liking. So it was kind of like your teenagers. They were trying to get the teenagers into their system because, like, well, Nintendo is for the little kids, but you got to grow up and graduate to Sega. I remember that being their whole kind of, you know, the whole Genesis does what Nintendo don't, and just the whole, like, the Sega Scream is still so iconic. Sega! So good. Which, there's a really good book, by the way. It's called Console Wars. And it was kind of, it was a book about the whole 16-bit console wars when, oh, I forget what his name is. The guy that took over Sega and had a really good run for about 2 years, 3 years, and then everything just went to crap. Because it's like, oh, let's do the 32X, let's do the Sega CD, let's do the Saturn, let's not support any of them very well. And by that time, Sega fans were just like, you know what, screw this. Like, you guys, I mean, like, the Angry Video Game Nerd said it best when he did the 32X video. He's like, look at this thing, it looks like it's on frickin' life support. I mean, you had, every one of these things had its own AC adapter. And it was like just all of the, you had like cables that were you had the Genesis or the Sega CD leeching off of the Genesis. Then you had the 32X on top of it. You had a cable that had to run from the 32X to the back of the Genesis to display some of the I mean, it was just this wiring cabled mess. I remember one of my friends did have a 32X in the Genesis, and it was always a bitch to hook it up because you never had enough power. You couldn't even use a regular power strip because they were all power bricks. And so it was like you always had to have like almost 2 power strips to be able to plug the damn thing in along with your TV if you wanted to have everything hooked up. So yeah, it was just weird. But there you go. We'll end with a little bit of Sonic Spinball for the Game Gear. That is a look at the Sonic Origins collection. It's out on pretty much every modern platform. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Switch. I got the PC version here. So, yeah, anyway, if you're looking for a huge backlog of purely Sonic games, not such a bad way to go. A lot of them are in other Sonic or Sega collections, but especially with the anniversary mode, I think you get, like I said, a little bit more forgiving, like continues and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, I wish they would have done more, and you know, I wish they would have pulled like again, looking at like what they did for the Turtles Cowabunga collection, and especially Atari 50. I mean, those two have set the standards so high for what a retro collection should be. I wish there were a lot more, like, have some more videos on Tom Kalinske, that was his name, about what I'm talking about. The whole, like, how they introduced, how they came up with Sonic, how they wanted to market him as kind of the edgier mascot character. There's a lot of things they could have done with this. And like, yeah, it's cool that we have all these games, especially the Game Gear games that probably the vast majority of people like myself haven't played. But again, like, you know, as a like a gaming history preservationist kind of a thing, I wish they would have done more, because, you know, a lot of the people that started this stuff are not getting any younger. And I love learning about, you know, I read loads of books about gaming history and gaming series, and diving into whether it's a console or like a series mascot, or, you know, I've read books on Sonic and Mortal Kombat and, you know, any number of things, Mario, of course. But yeah, so I like what's here, but again, looking at some of those other collections that we got from Digital Eclipse, I mean, they are just schooling everybody else and showing how it's done. That is how you do a retro collection. And I hope some of these other companies, especially Sega, they have a lot of history there that they could really be putting out there. So here's hoping that they maybe do that in the future, because God knows this is not going to be the last Sonic or Sega collection. Usually at least once or twice a generation they got to throw something up there for consoles. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you did. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, twitch.tv/illegally-cited, illegally-cited.com, and right here on YouTube. So until next time, I will chat with everybody again later.